Hello, everyone. Welcome to Tip Tuesday. Geoffrey Nance here with you. Today, we are starting a series which will definitely be a little different route than what we would normally take here with our Tip Tuesdays, but that's cool, right? So, we're going to do a bunch of these. So, it's kind of fun to be able to go some different directions. So, we're going to talk a little bit about the difference between a business and a hobby today. So we can go several different directions with this. I'm going to try to hone in on just a few here for us. But for most of us, if you attend one of our step one classes or an intro or foundational event with Tradeway, you're going to hear us talking about trading as a business, which means really we're in this as a for profit opportunity. We really want you to think through this as a business, right? Now, next week, we're going to talk about, well, do I need to actually set up my trading as a business? Meaning I need to start maybe like an LLC or something like that. We'll get into that next week. But today, let's just focus a little bit on the difference between a business and a hobby as it pertains to our approach to trading. Now, certainly there are some IRS distinctions as well that between a business and a hobby. We'll talk about some of those here briefly. But when it comes particularly to trading, there's a couple of things that we have to realize. One is that every business has expenses. And as traders, we want to get in a trade and we want to have the stock go our desired direction and we want to make money off of it. And we want that to happen every single time. But the reality is that that's not really going to be the case. So we've talked a little bit about this before, but what's the difference between just a loss and an expense? Every business has expenses. They pay for electricity, they pay for employees, they pay for products. These are expenses. These are things that they have to pay money up front, and then they receive something out of those. Generally speaking, ideally a benefit. So if it's a product, what's the benefit of that? Well, they're able to mark the price up and then make a profit on those products. If it is an employee, ideally they're getting something out of that employee that makes their business a better business. So people are able to do what they need to do. They need to talk to a person. That person's there. That person provides a service. That person provides maybe some intellectual aspects that really benefit the company, but it's an expense. Things like electricity. Well, obviously, we need that to do our business for the most part. So that's something that we're going to have to pay on a regular basis in order to have our business. So every business has expenses, but hobbies are expensive too. At least they can be. Some are more expensive than others, right? I mean, there are some hobbies that you can do with fairly little money, and there are others that require quite a bit of money. So money isn't necessarily a distinguishing factor between a business and a hobby. But one of the biggest keys, and this is interesting if you go and you look this up, you'll actually see that one of the questions that is asked is what separates a business from a hobby? And the answer is this. It says you set aside hours to spend on your business, such as 40 hours a week if you want to be full time, while hobbies generally occupy the hours that are left over in a given week. This distinction means you'll spend more time on a business than a hobby, which means you'll be able to do more and make more money. Now that's from a little blog called Startup Grind, but it's just something that you can search for, and I found that in doing a little research earlier, and I think that's interesting, right? So particularly for us, that they separate business from hobby based on the time commitment. And I will say this for many of us, we do have jobs, whether it's full time or part time. So, in that sense, from an hourly perspective, trading for many of us will be a hobby. Now, we do have some students that are trading full time. They've made that commitment. We have others that would like to be able to get to that point where they could trade full time. What I think is really even a bigger deal here than just simply deciding a business is, one that I spend more hours on than what I get my leftover, is to really think through that element right there. When I invest time in my education, when I'm out there looking for trading opportunities, Am I really making good use of my time? Am I really investing quality time into what I'm doing? When I'm looking at trading opportunities, am I just kind of going through a list, hitting spacebar real quick and just kind of being like, there's something? Or am I really thinking through, okay, here's a list. Now I've found the things that looked really enticing to me. Let me go in and think through those. Let me narrow those down and then pick the best ones. When it comes to my education, am I sitting out there going, well, I don't know if I really have time to attend this particular event. I don't know if I have time to really go and study this stuff. We make time for what's important to us. There's the same amount of time in every person's day, right? So the adjustments there are what amount of time we have to spend at a job, and then amount of time that we spend on our free time, right? And that's it. You have X amount of free time, but what do you do with it? You're going to spend it on the phone? You're going to spend it watching TV? You're going to spend it, doing something else? It could be family stuff. I'm not saying any of these are bad. I'm just saying we all have 24 hours in a day, but the way that we decide to spend them says a lot about us. Now, I don't want you guys to be overwhelmed. I don't want you to get so caught up in your trading, even in your educational element, that you take time away from your family. Part of what we're trying to do is to create freedom for you to spend more time with the people that you love, doing the things that you love to do. So there is a balance here, all right, where I do have to put in the time. I do have to make it more than, I really want this to work, but I'm not really committed to making this work. And that's where the idea of thinking of trading as a business really does take on a different urgency, I think is a good word to use here. Because if it's a hobby, like let's just say I like working out, well, I might go, I might not. But if it's a business, I kind of need to go, right? I mean, they're going to expect me to be there and they're going to expect me to do certain things. So, when it comes to your trading, are you sitting out there going, well, I might trade this month, I might not. I might trade some this week, I might not. Or are you saying, look, I need to trade, but I'm going to find the best opportunities? Because there's a balance here too between saying, hey, I need to trade and then just out there trading. Remember, the goal of trading is not to make more trades, it's to make more money trading. So some people would actually benefit by making less trades if they concentrated and made better trades out of the opportunities that really were presented to them, rather than just kind of throwing darts and hoping that they hit something. So we need to keep that in mind, that when we're investing our time into trading, one of the things that we really need to consider is the difference, right, between a hobby and a business, as defined by the IRS. Is a business has a profit in at least 3 of the last 5 years. Okay, so a profit in the last 3 or 5 years. Well, guys, think about it. If that's the threshold, and that was the only threshold, I would like to think, right, that all of us would be like, gosh, yeah, I think my trading is a business. Now, obviously, if it's inside of an IRA, whether that's a Roth or traditional, that wouldn't apply. But it's in something to think about here. Like, how do I think about this? Am I really looking at trading as just kind of a hobby? It's like something I do. I don't mind if I spend money on it because I just like it. I just like the process. I like just going out, like it's golf. I just like going out and doing it. I know I'm not going to win anything, but I might be happy about the end results, but I'm not really planning on making money. Or am I looking at this going, no, I'm trading to make money, right? And that's what I'm trying to do, is to convert this into a thing where I'm like, yes, I'm using this to make money. Now, do I want to enjoy it? Yes, somehow there's this sense, right? There's this crazy thing that we've created that jobs can't be fun. But a business can be fun. In fact, when you have that kind of work environment, people are actually more excited about going to work and being a part of that company. It seems like a great idea that more people should create that environment where people are like excited to be there. So we ought to be excited about our trading, but I can assure you of this. that you're always going to be more excited when things are going well. And when things are not going well, right, whether that's kind of life or whether it's work or whether it's trading or anything, we're going to be less excited when things aren't going well. So, one of the things that we need to be able to do is to strip away that pride and to say, listen, I'm at a place where I need some help. And to be able then to go and find the help that we need to get to the next level. We don't want to just keep going a certain direction if we're not getting the results that we want. Like if a business is just constantly losing money, at some point they need to reach out, reevaluate, and get some help. Otherwise, they're going to continue to lose money. Well, in your trading business, if that's your experience, where you're like, man, I'm losing money more years than I make it. That's a sign, a sure sign that there is help needed, right? And so we want to help you with that here at Tradeway. We have so many opportunities available to help you in so many various ways. And we want you to be able to take that next step in your trading journey, whatever that looks like. Certainly, it's up to you. There is a commitment level that is needed here. And we want you to find that level, right? So some of you guys need to be a little bit more committed. Some of you guys are spending plenty of time. You're doing the time thing. You're just not being efficient with the use of your time. And there's something missing there. So if there's a way that we feel like, hey, I do need a little help in this area because I do want to have a fruitful business. I do. I feel like the Lord has blessed me. He's given me this money. And I want to go and be a faithful steward of that money, but I need to take a step. I need to figure out what that looks like for me so that I can produce better results with what God has given me. And we want to be here to help you as you move forward. So that's our tip for today, guys. We really want you to take trading seriously. Yes, we want it to be fun. We want it to be enjoyable, but we want it to be profitable. And some of that has to do with what education that you have, and some of that has to do with your ability to apply that education. And here at Tradeway, we want to help you with both of those elements as you move forward in your trading journey. Thanks for being with us today. We'll see you guys next time.